It's that time of year again. The 20th anniversary of Columbine. I'll be working that day when it happens Saturday. I'll make my video now and get it out the way. April 20th, 1999. Man, it seems like a long time ago. It seems almost like yesterday almost, because I was a junior up at North High School, not very far from here I live at Northeast High. I skipped school that day. I didn't want to go. I wasn't really feeling good anyway, but I didn't want to go anyway, so stayed home. Of course, the CNN was on, or was Fox News, one of the two. And it came up, shooting at Columbine, shooting at Colorado, Littleton. That, throughout the day, it came up with all the information like that. Where who, what's, where, the who's, what's, the where's, and when's, right? The backstory's been told so many times. Eric and Dylan going in there. It's a failed bombing. It was not intended to be a shooting. It was a failed bombing. No one can really learn from this. 20 years later. Sorry, you hear a lot of wind blowing right here. We have storms coming tomorrow. Sorry. So, so what can we learn from this Columbine incident? And understand that there is things that we can change. 20 years ago on Saturday would be the 20th anniversary of Columbine. Rachel Scott and many other individuals lost their lives. Dog doesn't bark. They're trying to turn the camera on. Seems like Jake and I'll say hi. That it proves the point that people are still misconstrued the whole situation. No one knows what really happened or why it really happened. They have doctors, and that David guy can make all the books he wants about it, but no one knows what Eric and Dylan were really thinking that day. And the journals do paint a picture of what he was thinking, but not 100% what he was thinking. Not 100% what he was knowing, or know what they were knowing. But that's the thing, though. We never get to know the whole truth because Eric and Dylan are not on this planet to give us the whole truth. The basement tapes have since been destroyed by the sheriff's county, and I'm in Littleton. They decided to do it copycats, but in the end, there's more copycats now than they were back then. Anti-addition, so it's childbirth that can fly away. We're close to Fort Campbell, so you're going to hear that occasionally. There are things like that. There is things that, copycats, people tried, people done. But how did they fail and Columbine was successful? How and why did Littleton, the parents, the family, students, whoever, why weren't there any signs? And they were signs. People seen signs. And what really caused the Columbine to happen? Was it, in their words, being bullied, or they just wanted to go out with a bang? No pun intended. I'm here to put all this crap to rest. I'm here to give you my opinion. I've been thinking about it for like 19 years, 20 years now. Thinking about that. Every April I kind of ponder about it. And my conclusion is this. Eric and Dylan didn't care about life. Yes, if Eric got in the Marine Corps, he probably wouldn't have done it. Probably. Many times, people didn't do things when they win the lottery, or they get accepted to college, or they find love of their life. They don't do the violence they were going to do. They don't kill themselves. They don't kill somebody else. They let it go. And that happens a lot. So the investigator from EA, not EA, but A&E, sorry, A&E, was right. Most cases, if Eric got into it, he probably would have left it, and Dylan probably would have killed himself, probably in his house somewhere. Or maybe got a job working in it, or maybe got got into graphic design in college in Arizona and left, and maybe just died in some dorm room by blowing something away or something like that. Or maybe not. That they could have both found love with women and or each other. I don't know. I don't know their sexualities. To give you an example of sexuality, if people thought that Dylan was bisexual or whatever, and do I care? Not really. No, didn't break top 20 in my life. Somebody sexuality, but it could put a lot of reasons on that somebody did this stuff because maybe he felt that the bisexual movement was not getting a whole lot of love, or maybe he felt dissed by the Christians in that school because they, or people in the school because maybe he was bisexual and a rumor came out, or whatever. Whatever Dylan's sexuality was not really important to me or you, anybody else, but it does lay the foundation to understand him better than Eric. Eric was a sociopath. He wanted to kill people. He didn't care. And when he couldn't get in the Marine Corps, he decided to do it. They planned it since they were juniors. For 14 months, they planned it. They planned this killing. They wanted to leave a lasting impression, and that was their biggest thing. They wanted to feel empowered. But they had more friends than most people on a high school football team that was in my school and during my time there didn't have as much friends as Eric and Dylan, I guarantee you. They went to parties every day, had a good time, ran around, did good things. Those two guys probably had more friends than anybody else probably had. In my school and middle schools. But you have to look at Columbine as what it is. It's a jock school. It's a hierarchy. You have your nobodies and you have your somebodies. Your intellectuals and your sportos, rule the roost. Always has been. And in every school you go to, high school, college, whatever it is, you have your smart people and you have your athletic people who are the rulers of the roost. They rule their area. They rule their domain in different areas. It's being more along the lines that it was a harder jock school than what normal jock schools were, or maybe whatever it was. A jock school different than most jock schools may be. Like you go to San Diego High, it's rich and powerful, and you have no powerful. Rich people look down upon the new money, and the new money looks down upon the poor people, and the rich elite look down upon everybody because they're greater than everybody else. Every high school has their cliques. It has their evolutions of levels of coolness. To the nerdy people who are the black trench coat mafia, they're mostly gamers. To your sportos who bang the nice chicks, who run around and party every weekend. Parents buy them a nice little Corvette or a nice little BMW, and you have kids who are like Eric and Dylan who drive an 85-year-old BMW or whatever they drove. Probably still better than the car I was driving. I didn't drive the car. I rode the Swiss cheese bus. So they were levels above a lot of people, but yet still felt inferior because they didn't believe in themselves. And the biggest problem you can have with a lot of shooters and a lot of school shooters and a lot of people who are doing this stuff is that they don't believe in themselves. Eric said he did, but he didn't. He didn't believe himself, and Dylan didn't believe himself at all. He wanted to die probably during his freshman, sophomore year because he had major depression. And if it was clinically controlled medication, he could live a very normal life. But you have to take it. It's like, you have to take it. You got to take medication. And of course, school is a rite of passage to a lot of youngsters these days. Back in my time, and Dylan and Eric's time, high school, you're a kid, elementary school to junior high, and you're in high school. Your friends you're cool with, junior high, don't talk to you because you're no longer cool with them, because they have they have an image they have to uphold. And if you're still stuck in the past, you're not gonna be cool. You have to modernize yourself to be cool. And that's what high school and middle school is a rite of passage for a lot of people, because It's from being a boy to being a man in the eyes of these people who assume they're better than everybody else. It's all been done before, so it's never anything has been done one time. It's always been done before. Everything's been done before. um, so, you have these notions here of being cool, the classification, the rite of passage. Um, Sometimes kids have to act tough to keep the wolves at bay. And it's a prime example of what happens when people don't understand that kind of stuff. Don't understand that your parents back then didn't understand that kids had to act tough to keep the wolves at bay. Because all high school is like a pack of wolves. I don't care what you say. When you go to high school, now little cliques running around, little people. You have your cool kid, you have your uncool kid, but everybody has their cliques. Everybody has their friendships, have their little popularity groups they have. And then you have, the nobodies. Eric and Dylan put themselves in the nobody category. No one forced them in there. No one put them in there. They put themselves in there. It was a self-fulfilling prophecy. They didn't care about cliques. Even though Eric wrote about in his journals about whimpering and whining about how he was never given the chance to go to parties. Him and Dylan put themselves in the loser category. No one else did themselves. I blame them for their classification in school. And Brooks Brown can sit there and talk about all the crap he wants to talk about how they're picked on every day and blah blah blah. Brooks Brown credibility to me is pretty much slipping by the day. Every day is kind of slipping down. And his parents are probably good people, but their parents have probably cried wolf too much. And I think the three individuals, the credibility with them, you have to take it with a grain of salt. The one David guy that wrote the book about Columbine, he didn't take much credibility with the Brooks Brown family as much as he would probably somebody else, as a Rachel Scott family or whatever, because to him they cry wolf a lot, and I can agree with what they're saying. So the Columbine incident was very sad. It could have been stopped. Yes, it could have been stopped tremendously if the right people pay attention. The right people didn't pay attention, so it happened. And that's the sad thing about situations like that, though. The real sad thing, given this whole thing, looking at it, tasting the whole thing, getting to be used to this thing, understanding, given this whole thing, and checking it out. It could have been prevented, but because of the era that we were in, the pre-9/11, the pre-Columbine, the pre-issues, and nobody being afraid all the time, allowed Eric and Dylan to slip through the cracks and pull off one of the biggest school shootings of all time. Is it right? No. Is it fair? Heck no. But I am not here to discuss right or wrong. I'm here to give my condolences to the family. And even the Cleveland family, and even the Harris family, I think they got a lot of flack, probably a lot of death threats, probably, for a lot of people. It's unjustified to them because they didn't do anything wrong. They didn't arm their students. They armed their sons with guns and here guys, go have fun. No, they didn't do that. So I condemn any violence towards people who have nothing to do with it. Now, if they knew, hey, mom and dad, we're gonna blow up our school. No, we won't be home for dinner tonight. Okay, son, have fun. And yeah, that's that's a little excessive, and that's that's wrong. So you have to use some common sense with that. You know what I mean? You have to use some common sense understanding with that kind of stuff here, and you can't do that with with today's families today. Everybody's so enamored about knowing, safety rules and running around figuring out what's going on. Back in 1999, how people didn't care if you wore pants half the time because schools were so different back then. I missed that. It's open campus. In my school, open campus. Well, Columbine happened a lot at Fort Knox. Fort Knox wasn't secure enough as our school was because everybody's so afraid to go out and do anything. And I understand why. Years after, it became a more big problem because Columbine copycats still happen. People still got shot. And banning guns ain't gonna solve the problem. If you ban guns, they'll use pipe bombs or nuclear missiles, or they can find a machete, a switchblade, whatever they can find. Because if somebody wants to kill somebody, they're gonna find a way to kill somebody. And the biggest problem in the world is you have to find what ails the human heart. You find that and solve that, and then you're golden. You do not, you're wasting your time. But yet, talking heads say we need to ban games and ban guns, and that solved the problem. Okay, whatever. I guess solve the problem somewhere down the line. like I always say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. But yeah, guys, my first off, my condolences to the Scott family and all the families that were affected by Columbine. The people that we lost due to suicide, they couldn't deal with the survivor guilt. It saddens me that people have lost their lives more. And I do give condolences to the Parkland school shooting victims as well. 2 of them have ended their lives this year, and it's really sad. But once again, it's their choice. I believe that, through blood of Jesus Christ, I pray that everybody affected by the Columbine and Parkland school shootings will come to Christ and believe in Him, and give Him all their grief and anger, and He'll give you return, peace, and prosperity. I believe that. I pray that. But we need to live our lives through Jesus Christ, and I'll see you guys later. Be blessed.